We are beyond excited that you all can be here. My name is Landon Ritchie, and I use he, him pronouns. I am one of the founding GenderCool champions, and now it is my honor and privilege to serve as a champion alum and as a GenderCool board member.
Hi everyone, my name is Gia and I use she, her pronouns. Like Landon, I am one of the founding champions of GenderCool and now serve as a champion alum and GenderCool board member. I am so happy that I am able to be part of this amazing organization. We would like to thank our wonderful hosts, McDermott, Will, and Emery, for donating this amazing space for us to celebrate in. Special thanks to our presenting sponsors, Amazon, who will have a few words to share with us shortly. We'd also like to extend our gratitude to our advocate sponsor, JLL, and ally sponsors, and ally sponsors, CNA Insurance, Corn Ferry, and Kirkland and Ellis. Thank you to the team members from each of these companies who have joined us on our celebration tonight. Your partnership and presence matters. We would also like to thank our catering staff, the entire GenderCool team, and last but not least, our amazing GenderCool families. It takes a village, and the last 4 years in this amazing event tonight have been made possible because of everyone here and behind the scenes. So thank you. Please give yourselves a round of applause.
For those who may not be totally familiar with who we are, the GenderCool Project is a nationwide storytelling campaign focused on spotlighting positive, empowering stories of who trans and non-binary youth are, not what we are. And it goes without saying that being a part of GenderCool is a point of pride. This evening, we will embark on a journey together. We will hear some amazing stories from our champions and learn more about the 4 pillars that drive the work that we do: education, advocacy, leadership development, and visibility. The impact of this work is life-saving and world-changing, and the world continually reminds us that our work is still necessary. And believe us when we say we're only just getting started. One of the reasons why we're all here is because of our amazing founders, Jen Grosshandler and Gira Goldstein. They deeply understand and internalize the importance of this work and investing in our trans and non-binary youth. And it is my honor to hand over the mic to Gira for the next leg of our journey together.
Thanks, Tia. So, as you can imagine, it's always difficult to follow champions. I'll do my best. Look at all of you beautiful people. Thank you. And happy non-binary day of visibility. I need to be honest that that's a coincidence, but I don't really believe in coincidence. So everything happens for a reason. Just like how GenderCool started and why we are all here tonight in this room together. GenderCool, you're going to hear all kinds of stuff about what we do. But the core, the center of everything we do comes from love. And in this room here tonight, there's probably more love than anywhere else in this beautiful city. Thank you all for coming and joining. I think it's important to recognize that we would not be here if it weren't for those that did the work before GenderCool existed. Like way back when I was a child. As a transgender person, I could only barely glimpse a future where I could be visible. And this community, decades ago, would never, ever be able to meet like this. This meeting would have taken place in a basement somewhere, or a warehouse, empty warehouse somewhere in the city. or maybe luckily at a nightclub. But the interesting thing about the nightclub is that young people are not legally welcome. There's no place for our community in the past. But those true leaders that created this space, like Sylvia Rivera, Marsha P. Johnson, and our own amazing hometown hero, Mama Gloria. Those are the people that helped put us on the path to the work that we are doing. When Jen and I started having conversations about GenderCool and came up with the name the GenderCool Project, we weren't really sure, outside of sharing positive stories of trans and non-binary people, what the programming would look like, what the work would look like. And if I could go back to those early days, Jen, I would say, you know what? The GenderCool Project should maybe be named the GenderCool Family Project, because that's what's really in this room. Families that support and affirm their children. Larger families, community that supports the work that we're doing. So in essence, in this space tonight, we are all family. None of us are strangers. You may not say, oh, hi to someone, but you should. And for anyone here tonight, I want to meet every single one of you. So if you see me standing around, come up to me, please, and say hello. And I will do the same. And I really hope that you will all do that amongst yourselves as well. Share the stories about who we are. That's what makes this world a beautiful place. So thank you all from the deepest part of my heart for joining on this journey with us together. And as Landon just said, we are just getting started. So thank you.
To introduce our next speaker from Amazon in the way that he had asked, who is the magnificent Antonio Crane. He is the lead principal at Amazon for Global Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. And we are so excited to have him here tonight to speak with us. Antonio.
Hi, everyone. Boy, what a great evening. I'm incredibly moved just to start off with that. I am Antonio Hernandez Crane. I'm a lead principal with Amazon's Global Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion team based here in Chicago, right down the street. And we are just delighted to be a partner of the GenderCool project. And, we're just getting started. So I want to thank John and Jen and the entire GenderCool team for allowing us to be your partner going forward. And we got some exciting things planned that we want to talk to you about. So we're delighted to be the presenting sponsor. And on behalf of our 1.6 million employees around the world, we just want to say, wow, when we announced that we had officially formed a partnership with GenderCool, I got shout outs from employees in Australia, India, all over Europe, Mexico, that what a great thing for Amazon to do. So we are delighted to be your partner. So my colleague, our global head of LGBTQ plus strategy and initiatives, Ash McGovern, wanted to be here in person, but they were tied up in a meeting in New York, where they are based. But nonetheless, there's a pre-recorded message that Ash wanted to share with all of you. So I'll leave you with this message, and I just want to say to the champions that I have met so far, wow, I mean, you have reinstilled in me that our future is bright, and knowing that you're going to be part of our future workforce, potentially with Amazon, we are delighted. I am so excited about the future after meeting a lot of you tonight. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey there, I'm Ash McGovern. I am the head of Global LGBTQ Strategies and Initiatives at Amazon. I use they and them pronouns. and I am so excited to be talking with you. I'm sorry I can't be there in person, but hopefully next year. And so excited to be connecting with you all at GenderCool. I know Amazon across the board is super excited and proud to be presenting here as a sponsor at GenderCool's inaugural celebration. Super exciting. Congratulations on your 4th anniversary and the many efforts you've made to bring positive change to the world. I know this mission, for me, as a queer person, as a transgender person, as a non-binary person, feels really personal and inspiring and exciting. I think there's so much going on in the country and the world right now that is tough, right? It makes trans people and non-binary people and gender-expansive people feel belittled and degraded and marginalized in ways that can be really hurtful. And what I love so much about GenderCool is the focus on talking about joy and our stories and our contributions and who we are as humans in the world. So I know we all at Amazon are so excited to partner with you, and I in particular am so excited to be partnering with you. I also want to acknowledge the 20 or so champions in the room this evening. We're super excited to be supporting you, and we see you, and are just so proud of all the incredible work that you're doing. So hopefully I'll see you all in person next year, but thank you so much for the incredible partnership, and keep doing the amazing work that you're doing. We need you.
If you passed me on the street,
Or in a restaurant.
Or on a plane.
would you think that I was kind?
Would you wonder if I was extraordinary?
Or if I might dream of changing the world? Because if I saw you on the street,
Or in a park?
I might wonder how you became the person that you are.
are you an author, an athlete, or studying to become a doctor?
Do you dream of moving mountains with your words? Or building bridges with your heart?
Have you ever performed in front of a crowd?
Introduce the President of the United States.
Or inspired people to be themselves and follow their dreams?
When you imagine the life that you want to build,
It's probably pretty close to the life.
That I want to build.
It's probably pretty close to the life that we all want to build. And even if I don't yet understand how you became you,
Or how brave you had to be.
Or how many times you had to take a deep breath.
and know that you were just one step away from showing the world how incredible you are.
I do know this. If I passed you on the street, and if we started talking,
I would listen.
I would learn.
And I would accept you for who you truly are.
even if the world isn't always the place we want it to be,
We are always the ones who can change it
we just have to listen.
Respect one another.
and decide.
That today is the day that
Everything changes.
Today is the day that everything changes. So good evening, everyone. Hello, I am Jen Grosshandler. My pronouns are she, her. And as one of the founders, along with my husband, John, and our beloved friend, Gara, also as the executive director, I just need to take a second to kind of absorb this, because I wondered what it was going to feel like to be up here in this super fancy place right now with all of these amazing people, and I'm looking at you. I'm actually looking at you. And one of the things I'm thinking is that y'all are all part of our journey, our unbelievable GenderCool journey. 5 years ago, GenderCool launched on the Today Show. Like, how weird is that and wild, y'all? And I'm not talking about like 2 or 3 minutes. We were on for like 23 minutes. It was just the wildest thing. And in that moment, we made history. Never before on mainstream television had there been 6 transgender young people and their families talking about their positive stories. It had never been done. And the first tiny voice that we heard that day, y'all, that super early morning at NBC Studios, was our daughter Chazzy. So Chazzy, we are here today because you took Dad and me by the hand, and your 3 older brothers, and you showed us who you truly were. You have always been and will always be our daughter. And we, as your parents, we are so honored to love you. And we also knew it was our responsibility as your parents to go on a learning journey with you, right? To learn about what it meant to be transgender. And honey, this journey has been so awesome, and the journey continues, doesn't it? It does. So y'all, it was this journey that led us with Gara. We call you Gara is Auntie Gigi in our house, y'all. Auntie Gigi. To create the GenderCool Project, an organization that envisions a world where transgender and non-binary young people thrive, defined by who they are, not what they are. So I'm just going to say it really quickly again because, y'all, this is so important, and it's really what makes us who we are as an organization. We envision a world where transgender and non-binary young people thrive, defined by who they are, not what they are. So John and I have learned so much. Where are you, honey? There you are. Okay, all right. I'm like, where'd you go? We've learned that there are hundreds of thousands of families just like ours raising transgender and non-binary young people who are succeeding beyond measure all across the country, with 24 of these beautiful families here with us tonight. So 5 years ago, we had an idea. What if people simply had the chance to meet young transgender and non-binary people who were thriving? What if we created something that connected these amazing young people with the largest platforms possible so we could reach the country, but not just the country, y'all, the world, with positivity? What would happen if those millions of folks who are conflicted, right, who tell us, I've never met a young transgender or non-binary person, what happens if they got to see what we see every day as parents? That these kiddos are the future, and they rock. They are, bring it on, bring it on. Y'all, they're the next generation of CEOs and performers and doctors and teachers and athletes and musicians and fashion designers. So with the amazing guidance, love, and commitment of our 22 champion families, we are an absolute collective, y'all. GenderCool's mission is super clear. We are a youth-led organization helping to replace misinformed opinions with positive, powerful experiences, meeting young transgender and non-binary kiddos who are thriving through education, visibility, leadership, and advocacy. GenderCool is uniquely impacting culture, business, and policy worldwide. And today, our champions and their families are here with us. So all of the champions and your families, please raise your hands, and I would love to give y'all an amazing applause. Nice. Nice. So as the executive director, y'all, part of my job is to try to see into the future, to help GenderCool grow and guide it to the next level. And y'all, we are growing. But we are going to grow at a pace that we control, retaining our culture, our continued quest for equity-forward growth. Our point of difference, and you better believe our positivity. We will continue educating the world through positive, relatable stories of young transgender and non-binary individuals and their families. Most folks still tell us they've never met one of our kiddos, and we're changing that. We're going to continue advocating and accelerating our advocacy with our work with the White House. We will advance our leadership development efforts, training, coaching, mentoring, and supporting our amazing champions. So in 2023, y'all are hearing this first. The champions don't even know, no one knows this. And I'm about to tell y'all, we're gonna kick off our first ever full leadership summit, bringing together champions, educators, corporate leaders, elected officials, and influencers in a one-of-a-kind gathering that only GenderCool can do to ensure that these extraordinary individuals, you amazing human beings, that y'all have everything you need to continue to evolve opinions and create the life that you and all future generations deserve. And finally, we will enhance our visibility in America and around the globe through partnerships with organizations such as Nike and Amazon and the Gill Foundation, the Gap, and so many others. So I want to take a quick second to personally thank you, Carol Collymore. You're our unbelievable Senior Director of Social and Community Impact at Nike, with her amazing husband who I just met, Sean, and Jaime, the amazing colleague who I just met. Michael Dabbs from the Gill Foundation. You have been with us since the beginning, and I can't thank you enough for your belief in us and the work that our young people are leading around the globe. So, as I close, being GenderCool's executive director is the honor of my lifetime. This is the only time I'm going to get a little emotional. Okay, but it's happy tears. It's like positivity forward tears, right? And I feel more energized, more inspired, and more convinced than ever that what we do and how we do it is deeply needed and unlike anything else out there. Trans and non-binary young people aren't going anywhere, y'all. They're here and they're leading. And this will become entirely clear with our next guest. So I'd love to now invite up to the microphone Kai Farr. Thank you so much.
Can we give one more hand to Jen for literally bringing us all here? Absolutely amazing. All right, now let me find my little speech. Hi, everyone. Hi. My name is Kai Farr, and my pronouns are he, him. I'm 19 years old, and I am a GenderCool alumni, as well as an intern now at the GenderCool project. It's been an amazing summer working with everyone at GenderCool. There is truly no other team I'd rather be working with. That being said, if any sponsors need an intern for next summer, hit me up. Would love to collaborate, be willing to have a conversation. I'm also a rising sophomore at Boston University, where I'm majoring in film and television production, as well as communications. Woo! Thank you. Yeah. Let's increase that representation in the media, am I right? Yeah. So Boston University had been my top choice for college since I first even learned it existed. My sister's pretty mad because she went there first, so she's convinced I only went because she went, but, you know, whatever. So my application essay for this school was a huge deal, and it was so stressful because I had no idea what to write about. But I knew I had to get into this school. It was my dream school. But when I saw this prompt as an option to write about, the words just came to me. So the prompt was, discuss an accomplishment, event, or realization that sparked a period of personal growth and a new understanding of yourself or others. And immediately I knew exactly what I was going to talk about, my experience with the GenderCool project. Of course, I have to give credit where credit is due. I did not do this alone. I consider myself a fairly decent writer, but my father, Brian, gave so much time. He did so many drafts. We went through every word. You know, it was, I was stressing out. He was the calm, cool, and collected one, as he always is. So we went through many, many drafts of this essay, and I really thank you for that, for taking the time to do that, Dad, because soon enough, I had received my acceptance letter, and I was going to my dream school. So tonight I wanted to share that essay with you all because it truly shows how much of an impact GenderCool had on me. It made me comfortable with myself, and it brought me to this school that I'm at now, and it's leading me to the future. So I wanted to share that essay with you all tonight. All right, so here we go. I could feel my heart thumping through my blazer. My sweaty hands shook as I heard the announcer making the crowd laugh and cheer. And my throat suddenly felt dry. The tie was way too tight. What was I supposed to say again? I ran through the monologue once more in my head. Stepping into the spotlight takes courage. It also takes confidence. Yeah, me shaking in my boots, the definition of courage and confidence. Was I really about to do this? But I was no longer backstage at this conference center. I was standing in the hallway of my elementary school, staring into the eyes of my 8-year-old self. I couldn't help but smile, because that kid was courageous, showing up to a Girl Scouts meeting in a Batman costume, being the only knight in shining armor at an all-girls princess birthday party. That kid walked through the school halls every day, donning whatever clothes he darn well pleased. He, on the regular, ignored the whispers, he smiled at the scowls, and he patiently dealt with ignorant people who were more than twice his age. Being the first openly transgender student in my elementary school was not easy. My principal and teachers had never even heard of the term transgender before, much less my peers and their families. The trailblazer, as the school administration often called me, though it often felt more like I was the crash course dummy. At the time, being trans was still a bit taboo. I had no mentor to look up to, no hero to tell me it would all turn out okay. And then one morning, I clicked on the TV, and I saw these kids on the Today Show. They were confident, well-spoken, thriving, and transgender individuals. As I watched them, I actually felt proud to be trans. This was a new and exciting feeling for me. After years of being convinced that I had to hide this part of myself, these GenderCool champions somehow managed to validate me in a matter of minutes. I had to get involved, and before I knew it, these on-screen celebrities, they've become people that I am now proud to call my friends. Okay, so we're back at the conference center, and it's almost time now. The announcer was wrapping up, and the pit in my stomach deepened. Relax, I thought. You've done this before. I felt the pressure as the curtain rose for my school musical countless times. The same clammy hands, the same dry throat, but this was different. Today, I wasn't going to be playing a character on that stage. I had to go out there and be me, 100% me. By sharing my story, I too could validate and normalize the existence of trans people. I could become the mentor that I never had. So I walked into the blinding lights. As I presented at the 2019 Out and Equal Workplace Conference, the largest LGBTQ plus workplace summit in the world, I felt the courage of my past fuse with the confidence of my present, and for the first time, I was truly complete. Thank you. now I am honored to present Stella Keating to the stage. Let's hear it for Stella.
Oh my goodness, okay. Wow, I have a lot of thoughts running through my head right now, and I have something to say. So many things. You know, it's funny. I'm kind of laughing at myself right now. I've testified in front of the Senate. I've testified in front of my own. I've testified in front of a number of things, and every single GenderCool event, I'm always extraordinarily nervous. I'm always extraordinarily, extraordinarily nervous because I have to follow people like Kai, which doesn't feel fair. You got this, Stella! But I always feel nervous, and today is no exception. And I just, before I read my script, it's been really hard to be a transgender person right now. It's hard, and even as someone who is so privileged to live in a state, Washington State, to have the protections that I do, it's so hard. And it's just, it's been really hard. And I was on the plane with my mom yesterday. I can keep track of days now. I was on the plane with my mom, and I was like, things feel so hopeless right now. I feel so down. And my mom told me, she was like, I'm shaking right now, partially because I'm nervous and because I'm wearing heels and they're really uncomfortable. She said, when you're with champions, you're going to feel that kind of hope again. And this always serves as a reminder that I'm not alone. I think about my 9-year-old self, and that was just before I came out. I think about how sad she was that she wasn't herself. And now I think how excited I would be if I, as a 17-year-old now, got to go back in time and tell her, hey, Stella, you get to be in a room, in a tiny hotel room with approximately 15 other transgender people that are just like you, talking about the same issues that you face. She'd be ecstatic. She'd be so excited. She wouldn't want to wait. She would want to try and steal whatever time machine I used. She would try and be mischievous, and I'm like, no, you're too sweet. You can't do that. I know I have a script to read, and I can't believe I'm here. 4 years ago, I never thought that this was possible. I didn't think that we'd ever be here. I thought that the Today Show was it, and we're done, kind of. And then it's October, and it's like, it's October 2018, and it's like, I'm in Chicago now. I'm talking to multiple companies, and now it's like, I think June, I don't know, there's so many events, and it's like, we're doing more and more and more. And then it's all of a sudden, March 2021, I'm in an IKEA parking lot, and I get a call from Jen, and she's like, hey, guess what you're doing? You're testifying in front of the Senate. And cool, I just got my new bed and haven't set it up yet. So what's the priority? I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe it. Jen, you made me cry earlier, and that was really rude because my eyeliner looks amazing. I can't believe I'm here, and I'm breaking down right now. I can't believe it. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm gonna try and read my script now and not cry even more. I'm so grateful for you all, but Shoot. I'm gonna take some deep breaths. This fall will mark, I'm reading this and I still can't believe it. This fall will mark 5 years since my family and I were asked to join and help launch the GenderCool project. Storytelling has been the most powerful tool in my 10 years of advocacy. Wow, I'm old. It has been the adults in my life who have opened doors and opportunities for me because they believed in me. Starting with my parents and my family. I'm gonna pause again because, oh my God, Mom. You and Dad, I'm gonna make you cry even more and I know that's not nice. You and Dad, I love you so much, Nicole. You're my favorite. You all are my favorite. Oh my God. These aren't tears of sadness, by the way. I want to make that clear. I'm really happy right now. Like, it's not sad. Anyways, Mom, you and Dad, I know Jen and Gira and everyone else at GenderCool got me here, and Mom, you and Dad really got me here. I couldn't have been where I am today without you two, and I'm eternally grateful to have you. And for every single parent of a, not even just a GenderCool champion, every single parent of a transgender person, thank you for loving your child. It has the biggest impact than you could ever know. I'm gonna go back to my script now because I'm just gonna cry more. There have been so many incredible moments from meeting Landon and Gia and Nicole and Daniel and Chazzy, who y'all just saw run up and hug me, and plus there were so many more. For the first time in New York City for the Today Show. That was wild. I had to pee really badly when I got to that apartment. The drive was really long. From the airport to the place. Anyways. The spaces and opportunities we have being part of is nothing short of mind-blowing. It's easy to think about the big things like writing a book series, testifying before the U.S. Senate, introducing the President of the United States, which I'm still jealous of, and so proud of you. I lost my spot. Singing at New York Pride, modeling for Gap and Nike, and being on the Equality Illinois Pride float, which was really cool. And like just before that, we were with the governor, and I feel terrible because I had his name in my head and it's left, and now I feel really terrible. Oh my gosh, but we were with the governor just before that, and that was an amazing moment, and I got to meet Mayor Lightfoot, and she hugged me, and that was really cool, and I was like towering over her, but it was still amazing. I was like, this is awesome. I was like, thank you for the best hug ever. None of those things happened because of one person. It's because of a web of people and countless contributions that have led to so many unimaginable moments. And many of who are here tonight. The success we have had is a collaborative effort that keeps building on itself, and the ripple effect is infinite. Each event we do, no matter who the audience is, there is something magical that happens between the champions. We genuinely want to see each other achieve our biggest hopes and dreams. We are each other's biggest fans. It's true. I go gaga for these people every time I see them. It's wild. You think like you can't top it, and then they just do. Like, I don't know how they do it. It's really impressive, though. We're all so incredibly proud to get to be a family. You know, Gira was saying that it's the GenderCool Families Project, or GenderCool Family Project, and said that we're full of families, but we're not families. We are a giant family. I am incredibly proud, Jen, to get to call you one of my moms. I already have an amazing mom, and then I have you as well. I'm so proud to call every single GenderCool champion's parents my own parents. I'm incredibly proud to call all the champions that are here, all the champions, my siblings, and I love you all. The These events also serve as a reminder that we are not alone in our advocacy and work, which is what I was just crying about. We are a huge group of people that love each other and are in constant awe of one another. And that is what GenderCool has created for us. I am constantly inspired by my fellow champions, not just because of their experiences, but because of who they are as people. I feel like I get to be around some of the most amazing and coolest human beings. All of this has been possible because of GenderCool. I am just one of 22 phenomenal young trans and non-binary champions who are helping change the world. Together, we are GenderCool. I'm now proud to introduce my power duo, Ashton.
That's right.
Yeah. I am incredibly proud to get to call you my friend. I still cannot believe that I got to watch you introduce the president. That was a really cool moment, I think, for both of us. I hope. I got a selfie with Pete Buttigieg, which is pretty awesome too. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Anyways, Ashton, I love you, and I get to now hand it over to you.
There goes the name tag for approximately the 6th time tonight. Alrighty. So I do have something to read, but before I get started, I just want to say that I have been smiling for like the past 30 minutes straight, to the point where my mouth hurts. So I'm sorry if I stutter a little bit, but like, this is so real. You all just saw it live in action. We are the GenderCool Project. We are a family, and we are absolutely not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. I feel my heart pounding out of my chest because of all the love right now that I'm just feeling coming from every direction in the room. And I couldn't be more grateful than to be here with all of you tonight. GenderCool family, you saw that huge hug up here that just happened a couple minutes ago, but like, that's a microcosm of all the hugs that could have like happened in this room at that moment. And we wouldn't be able to know each other, be this huge family if it weren't for the rest of you in this room. So I just wanted to say that, and now I'll get started. My name is Ashton, by the way, and I use he, him pronouns, and I am proud to be part of the GenderCool family. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. If you didn't already know, these are the words of the courageous, loyal, and determined Baptist minister, Martin Luther King Jr. As many of you may already know, Dr. King is known as one of the most visible civil rights activists from the civil rights movement. But we have to ask ourselves, how is he different from the others? How did he create change? The short answer is his voice. Not only did his voice develop a sense of hope, but it inspired people to get up and move. And this exact essence of getting up and moving, acting on your passions, being a leader, and using your voice to tell a story is exactly what I get to do, what we all as champions, family, friends, and allies get to do when we work with the GenderCool Project. Being a part of the GenderCool Project has been and is very important to me personally because it's given my fellow champions and I a platform to show the world the strong, powerful, unique, and thriving leaders that transgender and non-binary people are. There's been a whole lot of opportunities and work that I've done alongside the GenderCool family, but some of the most impactful have definitely been, and there's quite the list, so let me take a deep breath first. Introducing and speaking alongside President Biden at last year's Pride event at the White House. Co-authoring a book on inclusivity with my fellow champion, Rebecca. Rebecca, where are you? Filming a Voices Magnified clip with A&E Network, which was really cool. Check it out if you haven't already. Participating in a reverse mentorship program with Intuit. And most importantly, to to me, I think building, most importantly, and community building and leadership development with my fellow champions, that has personally helped me grow so much as an individual and a person. And what I want to highlight is that it's the opportunities like these that have awarded me the chance to lead in ways that are bigger and bolder than I've ever imagined. And I owe it all to the GenderCool project and all of our supporters and extended family. So I just want to say thank you to everyone here tonight. And I'm going to pass it over to Rebecca.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Ashton. Hi, I'm Rebecca. My pronouns are she, her. I'm 15 years old, and I've been a part of the GenderCool project since 2019. As someone who loves to learn, education is really important to me. I love helping others learn about what it means to be transgender and the ways to be inclusive of all people. GenderCool has given me a platform to do that. Whether it's speaking on a webinar with the U.S. Department of Education for thousands of educators, or doing a reverse mentorship with GenderCool and VMware, where I got to teach executives how to build a more inclusive workplace that is ready for the next-gen workforce. I know, it's hard. GenderCool empowers and equips me to make an impact in the world by teaching others. I also love books. I love reading and writing. I think it's awesome when we can see ourselves in the world around us, but even more so, books are an incredible way to learn about people who are different from us and develop empathy. I'm all about that. That's why I'm especially proud to have written, which Ashton mentioned before, a kid's book about being inclusive with my fellow champion, Ashton. It never gets old hearing stories of the kids who read our books, whether it's at home with their families, at libraries, or with their friends. They always end up inspired, and they want to make the world more inclusive, and it feels so good to know that I helped make that happen. It is so incredible to see the power visibility has to change the world. When people get to know us, whether in person or in news or in video, they stop looking at us as issues, but more as human beings. That's what GenderCool is. And thanks to GenderCool, I've been able to share different pieces of my story in so many places. I'm a pastor's kid, and my faith is important to me. I love to sing, I do musical theater, I play field hockey because, they give me a stick and a ball and I get to hit it, it's fun. But also because I get to be a part of my team and have fun with my friends. All of these pieces are important to me because they're important parts of who I am. And GenderCool has helped me share them with the world. From USA Today, to Parents Magazine, to The Today Show, to a national television commercial talking about kids like me and our love of sports. I even got invited to the White House to celebrate Team USA from the 2020 and 2022 Olympics and Paralympics because of my visibility as a transgender athlete. And the best part of it all, the best part of being a part of GenderCool, is that I get to do this work with all of these champions. That hug was amazing. And not only have I gotten to make a positive impact on the world, but I've been able to make great friends while doing it. Doing the work of education and being so visible can be really hard if you're doing it alone. But I'm never alone, and there's not much more that I could ask for. So thank you for supporting our work, and now I'm going to introduce John Grosshandler.
Rebecca told me I got this, which made me feel very comfortable, because if you know me, I get very shy in front of large groups. So thank you, Champion Rebecca. You probably heard the phrase, saving the best for last. This is not one of those times.
Thank you. I love you. I want a hug later from all of you, and then everyone in the room. I see some faces here. Another round of applause for these incredible champions. This is my first time to see everybody in the room, and it's really humbling and wonderful. My name is John Grosshandler. My pronouns are he, him. I am a co-founder of GenderCool. I am the board chair of our incredible board of directors, but most importantly, I am the proud father of my beautiful, daughter, Chazzy, 3 other incredible kids, and the luckiest person on the earth because Jennifer Gross-Handler is my wife. I'd like to start by thanking everybody in this room. Just by being here, you are now officially a member of the GenderCool family, so welcome to our wonderful family. As you've already seen here today, these kids are our future. These champions and hundreds of thousands of other kids just like them are our future. And together with GenderCool, we can continue to make a true difference. But we cannot do this work alone. We need your help. Now, as it turns out, there are many ways to support GenderCool. Just by being here, you're supporting us. If you follow us on social media and you reshare our content, you are supporting us. If you are a corporate partner and you're bringing our positive messaging to your thousands of employees, you are supporting us. And of course, if you've donated to us up until now, you are supporting us. And so, whether you've donated to GenderCool in the past or not, I'd like to ask you to consider making another donation tonight. And for some added incentive, the 3 GenderCool co-founders, Jen, Gara, and myself, are matching dollar for dollar any donations raised tonight up until $5,000. Now the good news is we've made this super easy for you because I'm looking around and I see people who are thinking, if he just would make it easy for me, I would donate. And boy, have we made it easy. So you can scan the QR codes on those tables. If scanning QR codes is not their thing, you can text GenderCool to the number on the screens behind you. I can sort of see that we're already at $3,500 on our way to $5,000, so we're almost there. I can see the names of the people who donated. It's incredibly, incredibly wonderful. So if you aren't into the whole phone thing, we've got donation forms with pencils and crayons, so we can totally take care of you if you want to support us. But however you choose to support us, let me say, on behalf of the GenderCool founders, our staff, and especially the champions, thank you. Now, as the very final thing before we get back to eating and drinking and talking and taking photos, and by the way, there's a wonderful sort of outside that door what we would call a step and repeat and some nice banners. After this, definitely take photos with the champions, with your families, with the staff. That would be really wonderful, and it took us a long time to set up, so please use it. But I want to end with a very powerful video. This is a super cool video that nobody has ever seen before. So as supporters and as members of our family, you are seeing this for the first time ever. It's just 1 minute long. It's super fast paced. And it is highlighting a brand new way that we're going to dramatically expand our impact by reaching corporations in a way that is more scalable for us and will allow us to reach hundreds of thousands of employees. So the point of this 1 minute long video is to give a corporate partner just a little bit of a taste of what engaging with us can be so that they'll want to learn more. And I'm going to have you cue the video.
Do you know anyone who is transgender or non-binary?
Not personally.
No.
None. I do not.
Most folks in our country say they've never met a transgender person, and yet they're full of conflict about what they read, see, and hear.
I'm not exactly sure.
Is that both sexes? I think so.
Kinda.
So, I now invite you to come on a spectacular journey with me.
You're trying to tell us something.
He said to me, I'm trans.
And I just felt like me. I could be both. I could be none. I could be more.
They really know who they are. We're just like everybody else.
Get beyond the surface and see their heart.
You are the next generation workforce. If there's one thing you would tell the corporate world that they can do now to prepare for y'all, what would that one thing be?
It is the honor of my life
lifetime to be associated with GenderCool, our champions, and now all of you. And I can't imagine a better way to stop talking than to say that I can see we've already breached our goal and then some. We're over $7,300. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. We have another hour or so, 45 minutes of talking, drinking, photos, and eating. Thank you so very much.